Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's start working. I apologize because we have a problem the last Monday, but here it is the lesson. Picture number 1. Monday, July 27th, 2020, Book 2, Unit 1, New Words. Auxiliary verbs. Would, U-U-D, would. The auxiliary verb would doesn't have any proper meaning. Its function is to give to another verb, base or main verb or action verb, the ending dia. Generally, we use would for offerings, to offer something to do, something to eat, etc. Example, would you like some tea? Remember here, would you like some tea? Picture number 2. Would, yes, no questions. Short and long answers. Example, would you like to go to the beach tomorrow? Short answers. Yes, I would. Could be in Spanish this simple answer or little bit longer. No, I wouldn't. Long answers. Yes, I'd like to go to the beach tomorrow. No, I wouldn't like to go to the beach tomorrow. Thank you.
Ok, voy con la fotografía. ¿Usted me dice si está listo para la explicación?
We're really sorry about the 20 seconds that the filming was going on. Picture number 3. Would. Information questions. Important. Let's remember that an information question always begins with an interrogative word or question word. For examples, what, where, how old, what time, which, whose, etc. Example, what would you like to drink? I'd like to drink coffee. Thank you. Okay, let's open the questions book. Here, where we have appendix. Take the highlighter and go. Here. And underline verbs, books 1 and 2, and underline to argue, to cook, to dance, to drive, to eat, to fish, to hug, to kiss, to read, to rest, to swim, to talk, to travel, to work, and to write and practice the questions with would. For example, would you like to cook pizza for me tomorrow night? And then, yes, I would, or no, I wouldn't. I recommend you to give long answers. Yes, I'd like to cook pizza for you tomorrow night. Or no, I wouldn't like to cook pizza for you tomorrow night. Thank you. Picture number 4. Nouns, address, orange, juice, phone number. Adjectives, alone. Pronouns plus would, contractions. I would, I'd. You would, you'd. He would, he'd. She would, she'd. It would, it. We would, we'd. You would, you'd. They would, they'd. Remember, this one is singular, and right here is plural, and D. A, B, C, D. I'd like, I love, I'll prefer. Thank you. Picture number 5. Phrases and expressions. A friend of mine, a friend of yours, a friend of his, a friend of hers. A friend of mine has a new car. A friend of yours lives in New York. A friend of his has a beautiful dog. A friend of hers has a beautiful house at the beach. And also we can go, it's ours, yours, and theirs. Cheers, only for celebrating. Cheers. How are you and how do you do? They both are greetings. This one is formal and this one is informal. How do you do? I'd like you, we'd like you. For example, I'd like you to listen to music in English. We'd like you to be fine with your family at home. Nice to meet you and pleased to meet you. Both are very formal one. It's more common to use nice to meet you than pleased to meet you. Okay, let's open your student book. Page number 2, the summary of new words.
Summary of new words. Auxiliary verbs. Would. Nouns. Address. Addresses. Orange. Oranges. Orange juice. Phone number. Phone numbers. Adjectives. Alone. Pronouns and would. I'd. You'd. He'd. She'd. We'd. You'd. They'd. Phrases and expressions. A friend of mine. A friend of yours. A friend of his. Cheers. How are you? How do you do? I'd like you. We'd like you. Nice to meet you. Pleased to meet you.
Questions using question words. Las palabras para preguntar son muy importantes, así que uno al otro, con su compañero o compañera, háganse unas 5 preguntas con who, 5 questions with what, 5 with which, 5 with whose, 5 with where. 5 with when, 5 with how, 5 questions with why, 9 questions with what for, 10 questions with how much, and 5 questions with how many, and 5 with how much. Thank you. Picture number 6, Unit 1, Grammar Summary. Top questions. A top question is a small question of the end of a negative or affirmative sentence to prove or agree or disagree with an idea. The grammar rule for using the tab questions is when the sentence is affirmative, the tab question is negative and the answer affirmative. Can you see? Affirmative, negative, affirmative. Example 1. Costa Rica is a beautiful country, isn't it? Yes, it is. Picture number 7. In this case, is the opposite. Negative, affirmative, negative. Example 1. Costa Rica isn't a big country. Is it? No, it isn't. Can you see? Look. Negative, negative. The top question, affirmative, affirmative, and the answer, negative. Has to be the same. Deben coincidir. Can you see? Important. The translation of the top questions is the same for all the cases. Affirmative, that is here or here, and the negative, this one, because you are accepting or confirming my idea, or you are not confirming my idea. Thank you. Picture number 8. Top questions with the verb to be. The only irregular top question with the verb to be is this one. I am a good person. Adding I. Here it is. This is the only irregular top question. Look, adding I. It's totally different. And yes, you are. And look at the rule. Affirmative, negative, affirmative. And in this example, it's a no irregular one. I am not a pilot. Am I? No, you aren't. And here, can you see? Negative, take it, affirmative, and then negative. Thank you. Let's open the questions book. No, excuse me. Let's open the student book. Page number 3, grammar summary. 1. Top questions. Notice that this one is irregular. I'm late. Aren't I? You're late. Aren't you? He's, she's, it's late. Isn't he? Isn't she? Isn't it? We're, you're, they're late. Aren't we? Aren't you? Aren't they? Note, I am, I'm. The top question is irregular. Aren't I? Polite forms, remember this. I'd, you'd, he'd, she'd, with, you'd, like is the same or similar of I, you, want. He, she, wants. We, you, and they want. Thank you. Open your student book and let's listen to the conversation 1 and the mini conversations 1 and 2.
Lesson 1, page 1, conversation.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Lily. How are you this evening?
Fine, thanks. Bob, we'd like you to meet a friend of ours from Spain.
Luz, come here, please.
Yes?
Luz, this is Bob Cooper. He's a good friend of ours. Bob, this is Luz Hernandez.
How do you do?
I'm pleased to meet you. I love Spain. I was there last spring. Where are you from?
Barcelona. Do you know it?
No, I'm afraid I don't. I only know Madrid and Toledo. Cigarette?
No, thank you. I don't smoke.
It's a lovely party, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but it's very warm in here.
Would you like something to drink?
Oh, yes, please. I'd love some orange juice. What do you do, Bob?
I'm a salesman. I sell children's clothes. I live near New York, but I travel a lot. How about you?
I'm a teacher.
Luz comes to New York every summer.
Yes, I like New York very much.
Well, here's my address and phone number.
Here's your orange juice. Cheers.
Cheers.
Are you traveling alone?
No, I'm with my husband. He's over there. Raoul, I'd like you to meet Bob. I'm sorry, what was your last name?
Cooper.
Nice to meet you, Bob.
Nice to meet you, too.
Mini conversation 1.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Great. Are you alone this evening?
No, my wife's with me. I'd like you to meet her.
Mini conversation 2.
I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, Bill Jenkins. Bill, this is John Langley.
How do you do, Bill? Pleased to meet you.
Picture number 9. Did. Oral practice. Example. Did you argue yesterday? Yes, I argued yesterday. No, I didn't argue yesterday. Let me remember you. When the question is with did, use the verb in simple form and in the simple past only for the affirmative long answer. When it's negative, use didn't and the verb in simple form. Simple form. Thank you. Okay. Excuse me my Spanish. Esta hojita, que es la guía con la que van a hacer el audio, es lo único que me van a enviar al WhatsApp personal conmigo. Por ejemplo, voy a hacerles 3 ejemplos.
Would you like to stay in a good hotel on the weekend?
Yes, I'd like to stay in a good hotel on the weekend.
Would you like to travel in December?
Yes, I'd like to travel in December. Or also, just a moment, you can see the example because we have 2 ways to say negative answers. Would you like to eat chicken for lunch tomorrow? Yes, I'd like to eat chicken for lunch tomorrow. No, thanks. I'll prefer to eat fish for lunch tomorrow if you have another option. Or no, I wouldn't like to eat fish for lunch tomorrow. The audio number 2, did you go to work yesterday? Yes, I went to work yesterday. No, I didn't go to work yesterday. Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time and for this lesson, and I hope to see you soon. Have a good night.